I thought some might be interested in an accidental experiment we did the other day. I've been trying these Abiti culture dishes because they allow you to look at wet specimens because they have a glass bottom to them. So you can actually grow oral microorganisms in the culture dish and then take the dish directly to the confocal or fluorescent microscope and image live cells. Where I'm doing live dead cells. And you like to do this under oil objectives, so that those are oil immersions. So this allows you to actually examine fluorescently live cells while they're being cultured. So we were kind of experimenting with that. There's a special attachment on the confocal that actually attaches the culture dish to the microscope. So we've been doing a little bit of this using a live dead stain with oral microorganisms and getting some pretty good results with it. So these are wet cultures, live cultures, and the green is live bacteria and the red is dead bacteria. The way I've been doing this previously was that you take your culture and you spread it out on a glass slide, and then you apply the live dead, or you apply the live dead while it's still in culture, and then you put a cover glass over the glass slide, and then put the glass slide in the fluorescent microscope. But it doesn't really allow you to examine cultures at different time points. Once they're put on the slide, you've pretty much ended the experiment. So the culture dish it gives you a lot more flexibility. So I put I cultured for 1 week oral microorganisms in the Abiti dish, but I accidentally forgot to replenish the media and got distracted with things at home, and came in and looked at the culture dish, and it was completely desiccated. I assume for at least a day, maybe more. So I let it sit for a couple more days and be completely desiccated. And you can see the salt from the culture media. And then I decided to put new sterile media on the dish and let it sit for a couple days, and then actually try a live dead, assuming that all the bacteria were dead, but knowing that it's almost impossible to desiccate bacteria to death. So then we did a confocal on it, and lo and behold, yes, there's a lot of dead bacteria, but there's some living bacteria that came from that culture with desiccated bacteria on it. So I had an idea. Since they're already in the culture dish, why not do some correlative microscopy and get some SEMs on exactly the same specimen? So what we did is I took the culture dish, went through the normal dehydration procedures for electron microscopy, and used some HDMS as well, sputter coated the culture dish, and then looked under the scanning electron microscope at exactly the same specimen I looked at under the fluorescent microscope. And it was very interesting. You can kind of see where maybe I'm interpreting the dead bacteria as the subdued ones, and then the obviously living bacteria are also seen. So it was kind of an interesting experiment by accident. I should have some controls to do the experiment correctly, but I thought it was interesting.